The next group is the branch chain alkanes. So typically if we were to start with a straight alkane, we could name this by adding up counting up the number of carbons and getting a name to it. But if anything ever were to branch to the side, like this is what we call a branch. And we have many different types of branch forms. And again, the branch depends on the number of carbons associated with it. So we count up the carbons, we have a branch chain. In this case we have a methyl group, so it's one carbon. This is a methyl side group. This is an ethyl side group. This is a propyl side group. And this is a butyl side group, just by counting the carbons. So we have 2 carbons here, which falls under ethane. 3 carbons is propyl. 4 carbons is butyl. What we need to distinguish as well is as soon as we get up to the propyl and the butyl, we're going to find there's actually more than one way to have 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons associated on the molecule, and we'll see that next. So in the previous example, we have a side chain that involves 3 carbons, and we can call this a propyl. But we got another way of drawing this. If I have 1 carbon sticking up, I can have the carbons coming out this way. So I still have 1, 2, 3 carbons. This is still a propyl group, but I have to call it something different. This is called an isopropyl group. And this one we will define as an N-propyl. So N meaning that it's just the straight chain itself. For the butyl side chain, a similar thing happens, but we have more branching that can occur with 4. So we count up 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a butyl chain, but as we can see, I can add them in different forms. That adds up to 4 carbons, and so does this, where I have 1 at the center, 2, 3, 4. And so the names associated with these, I would call this an N-butyl. This is a secondary butyl because it's on the secondary carbon. And this is a tert-butyl, or we just short form it as a T-butyl. We can also have a butyl chain where we actually go 2 molecules off and represent it like this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one we will call an isobutyl.